Alright, this is going to be the final and last video that you'll have to watch to understand everything about SEO. So if you are a beginner or a newbie who is about to get started with the whole SEO journey, this video will cover everything that you need to know. By the end of this video, you will have a clear-cut idea as to what exactly is SEO, how it works, why is it so lucrative and important, types of SEO, and we'll also go through a lot of strategies and free tools to help you excel in your SEO journey. Now, if that sounds interesting, let's jump right in. First, let's start with the basics of SEO and see how it works. So SEO or search engine optimization is a set of practices and techniques to improve the ranking of your website in Google, or you could say improve the visibility of your website on search engines like Google. Not just with Google, the same SEO tactics and strategies will work for all other search engines like Bing, DuckDuckGo, Yahoo, and all others. And now when it comes to different types of SEO, there are different flavors of SEO you can think of. It's like on-page SEO, off-page SEO, technical SEO, local SEO, a lot of them, but we'll be primarily focusing on 4 different types of SEO in this video. Now, if you want to understand how SEO works, you need to understand how the search engine works in general. So I'll explain it with the help of a simple analogy. So you can think of Google as a library. Inside a library, you will have a ton of books, right? And if you want to find a book, you'll just walk into a library and you can ask for it, and the librarian will give that book to you, right? In a similar fashion is how Google works. So Google can be considered as a library of links or links to resources all over the internet, and you can ask Google or search for something and Google will query its database and show you some results in the search engine results page. So whenever you search for something on Google, you will be presented with 10 blue links, right? And the order at which these blue links appear on that particular page is not random. There is like a definitive algorithm that determines at what position does a link need to be inserted. And now the order of these blue links can have a great impact on the number of visitors that you can get to your website. Let's say, for example, let's say for a given keyword, there are like 10 blue links shown on the first page, right? For any particular keyword, the chances of people clicking on the first link is like 38%. Let's say 100% searched for this particular keyword, like 39% of people from these 100 people are more likely to click on the link number 1. And when it comes to link number 2, it's going to be about 18%. And when it comes to link number 3, it's going to be around 10%. As you go further down the list, the probability or the CTR, you could say, or the click-through rate, it's a percentage as to how much people are clicking on these links. And the percentage of CTR will go drastically down as the ranking decreases. And now, as I mentioned earlier, the algorithm is the one that decides what link should be placed in what position, okay? As mentioned earlier, there are like 10 blue links in a page or SERP. So SERP stands for search engine results page, okay? And there are like 10 pages or 10 links will be listed in the SERP or the search engine results page. And each of these links have a particular order or position. And the algorithm is the one that decides what link should be kept at what position. So it's going to be a complex algorithm that goes through a lot of metrics and factors like the search intent, the keyword, the metrics of the website, like how much backlink does this website have, the content, the meta description, the internal links, external links, the mobile friendliness of the website, how fast does the website load. There are like a lot of factors that an algorithm takes into account before calculating the particular position at which a particular link has to be placed. And every once in a while, search engines like Google come up with a new algorithm update like the core update, spam update, helpful content update, review update, and it reevaluates the position or the way in which it calculates the ranking of a particular website. And following an algorithm update, the rankings of a website can either improve, stay the same, or can even drop drastically. And that's the reason why you might have heard a lot of people talking about and cursing the algorithm update in the SEO community. And now let's try to understand why SEO is so lucrative and everyone is behind it. So let's suppose you have a software development company, and obviously you will need a lot of clients, right? And there are multiple different marketing strategies that you can use to get clients or visitors to your website. Some of them include SEO strategies, social media, or paid ads. Let's say you were running paid ads on Facebook or other platforms to drive traffic and get clients for your website, okay? And now as soon as you stop paying for these ads, the visitors to your website will be completely cut and no one is ever going to visit your website, and that way you won't even get a chance to convert any clients, right? Now, as opposed to this paid ads, SEO can be a little tough, okay? In the beginning, if you really want to make a base for SEO, you'll have to spend a lot of efforts and even sometimes money as well. But once you have laid your SEO foundation and your content started appearing and ranking higher in Google, even if you do not spend any time doing SEO or without having to pay anything, your website will keep getting visitors and clients from Google automated, okay? So it's going to be completely passive and you do not have to do anything. And even if you do not do do any kind of SEO activity, say for example for 2 or 3 months, you will continue to get a lot of visitors from search engines like Google for the foreseeable future. So if you do the SEO the right way, you can have a consistent flow of visitors and convert them into client for free without having to pay for anything. And that's why SEO is so lucrative and everyone is behind it. Alright, now that you know all about SEO and why SEO can be so lucrative and important, let's try to understand different types of SEO. So when it comes to different types of SEO, there are primarily 4 types of them, and the first one is on-page SEO, the second is off-page SEO, third is technical SEO, and the fourth one is local SEO. So let's go through them one by one. The first is on-page SEO, and on-page SEO can be considered as everything that you directly do on your website and you have complete control over it. So it includes things like your content, the meta description, the title, the keyword, and all other aspects of your website that you can directly control and do. And now let's go through each of them in on-page SEO side of things. So the first is keyword research. So what exactly is keyword research? As the name itself implies, keyword research is the process by which you find the right keyword to target or write a content about. Just because you write a killer content on your website, that doesn't mean that it will rank higher on Google and bring a lot of traffic to your blog. That isn't happening. So keyword research is very crucial to find low competition and high volume keywords, okay? So you need to have a perfect blend of both. Now initially, if you're just getting started and your website's metrics like the DR is not so high, it does not really make any sense to go after these high competition keywords. Instead, you have to shift your strategy to find low competition, high volume, and maybe long tail keywords. And along with these, you also have to take care of the search intent, the keyword volume, and also the KD or competition as well. First, let's talk about the search intent. So the search intent is basically the intention behind a user searching for a particular keyword. For example, the keyword Facebook login or Reddit login can be considered as a keyword with navigational intent. That means they have a navigational intent for searching for that particular keyword. And a keyword something like what is SEO or what is digital marketing can be considered as a keyword with informational intent, meaning that that particular person is trying to seek some information. And another keyword, best coffee maker, can be considered as commercial intent, meaning which the customer is seeking to find information right before making a purchase. And the keyword buy Philips coffee maker can be considered as commercial intent, meaning the customer is now, or the consumer or whoever searching is now ready to buy the product and is searching for best platforms to buy from. So these are the different intent. Now when it comes to search volume, volume means the number of people who are searching for a particular keyword from a country or worldwide per month. And now when you do keyword research, you will come across a lot of these high volume keywords, and chances are all of these keywords are already targeted by big players in the industry and you will have a hard time ranking for them. And the third thing that you need to take care about is the competition or KD. So competition or KD or keyword difficulty means it's just basically a scale at which how difficult it is going to be for you to rank for a particular keyword. Say for example, your website is having a DR or domain authority of 25, and let's say you're targeting a keyword like best coffee maker, and this particular keyword, when you search for it on Google, you are seeing that top 10 pages that is ranking for this particular keyword is having a DR of like 65, 70, 80 and 90. Okay, so your DR is only 25. So it does not really make any sense to go after these keywords because the competition is so high that you won't even stand a chance to rank for them in the first place. So the key here is that you need to find a low competition and maximum, or try to find a low competition keyword with maximum keyword volume. And now you might ask how exactly to find low competition and high volume keywords. Well, there are a lot of different SEO and keyword research tools that will help you to do the same. Href, Ubersuggest, SEMrush are examples of keyword research tools and SEO toolkits that will help you into this regard. So if you have a subscription to any of these tools, you can just head over to the keyword research or keyword search section and enter a parent topic. And you can use the filter options to select lower KD or like competition, and also set a search volume as well. And now all you got to do is to use the competition or KD filter and filter the keywords by its competition. So if you're using SEMrush, you will see this particular filter. So applying something below 20, you can ensure that the competition is not high for this particular keyword. So once you have found the keyword, the next important pillar is the content. So when it comes to on-page SEO side of things, your content is by far the most important. Even if you find a low competition and high volume keyword, if you do not write a really high quality content around it, you won't really stand a chance to rank for it on Google. So you have to create a content that crushes the competition. So the best strategy here would be that you just search for that particular keyword on Google and go through every single pages that are ranking on number 1, go through them and find the gaps or points that they're missing in that particular article, create a killer version, like even better version of the same content, and publish it on your website. So that way you can ensure that you're ahead of the competition. And also try to include multimedia content, illustrations, infographics, supportive links and documents and references, and anything else that will make or contribute to the quality of the content. So next is titles and meta tags. So every time you search for something on Google, as mentioned earlier, you'll be presented with 10 blue links, right? And these blue links or the blue link text that you see on the screen are actually meta titles or titles, and you'll have to come up and write a catchy title. So the first thing a person sees is the title itself, and you'll have to write a catchy one that converts and makes the visitor wants to click and go to your website. Similarly, you will also find some few description right below the text and the URL, or the title or the URL, and that is called as meta description, and it's basically a simple description about the content of your website. So you'll also have to create a really compelling and curiosity element filled meta description, so that it will make the visitor want to visit your website as well. So having a really good title and description will help you increase the CTR, and in turn increase the number of visitors coming to your website. Next is internal linking. So internal links are links that is pointing from one page on your website to another page. So you can link to related pages on your website within one article. So let's say I have an article explaining what is SEO, and I also have two other dedicated articles talking about on-page and off-page SEO, right? Now it makes sense to add links to this off-page and on-page SEO pages from what is SEO that particular article. So this way it is logically related and also help visitors to navigate and find other content on my website. And from search engine point of view, they will also help me to increase my ranking for the other pages as well. So let's say I have like a really good number of backlinks pointing to my what is SEO page, and this will now dilute and pass these ranking down to this off-page and on-page SEO content. So interlinking is crucial when it comes to SEO, on-page SEO side of things. Next up is image optimization, and two important things that you need to take into account when uploading an image to your website is the name of the file and also the alt tag. So rather than uploading an image with random title or numbers, you can go ahead and include a keyword related to the topic, and also give a alt tag explaining what exactly is the image about. In some cases, if the image is not visible on your web page, the alt tag will be shown, and it also helps you to rank your images in Google Images. So that way you can gain a lot of clicks and visitors from Google Images as well. Next up is external links, and external links are basically exact opposite of internal links. That is, external links means you're pointing or linking to some other websites on the internet from your page. So it can be anything for like references, source, etc. And studies have found that websites or pages having external links to credible sources has an upper edge when it comes to ranking on search engines. Next up is schema markups. So schema markup is a set of code that you can add to your website to tell search engines what are the content of the page, how it is structured, what are the each individual elements for, and if you want to optimize your page for something, say for example a job listing, a review, or something as sort, you can use schema markup to include and gain rich snippets on Google search engine results page. Let's say for example you're writing an article about iPhone 16 review. Now you can include a review schema markup within your article, and this way when Google fetches and displays your website on the search engine results page, you will find this rating, the star rating, the author name or the reviewer name, and all other details in the SERP. So this will help you to boost the CTR and in turn get a lot of visitors to your website. So schema markup is also something that you must take into account. And now that's the basics of on-page SEO, and now let's talk about off-page SEO. Off-page SEO is the exact opposite of on-page SEO and is everything external to your website, but has a great influence on the way you rank or how Google or any other search engine evaluates your website for ranking purposes. And by far the most important off-page SEO tactic is backlinks or link building. But what exactly is a backlink and link building? Well, a backlink is a link pointing to your website from external websites. So that's basically all backlink is. There are two types of backlinks. One is no follow backlinks and do follow backlinks. So Google take into account this backlink, and it has the most significance when it comes to search engine ranking factors, and it is by far the most important metrics for any website. So the higher the number of backlinks that you have for your website, the higher will be the probability for you to rank higher on search engines like Google. When you get a backlink to your website or a page on your website, in Google's eyes, it means that that particular page has something very important or helpful that people are consistently linking to that particular content. So let's push the ranking and rank it higher, okay? And now there are two types of backlinks, and the first one is no follow links and the second one is do follow links. And when it comes to ranking side of things, Google only take into account if it is a do follow link. So if you have a no follow link from a particular website, it does not really add any value when it comes to evaluating your website for search ranking. But if you have a do follow link on the other hand, that will be taken into account and it will help you to improve your ranking on search engines like Google. And now just because you got a ton of backlinks from some random website does not help you improve the ranking. The the website from which you got the backlink should be authoritative in its space or should have a higher SEO metrics like DR for that matter. So let's say your website got like 5 links from DR 10, 15 and 20 websites, and on the other hand your website gets, say for example, 2 or 3 links from DR 70, 80 and 90 websites. Of course the latter case is going to have much more impact on the ranking. So basically the quality of the website from which you get the links or backlinks from is also an important factor when it comes to evaluating or increasing your website search engine ranking. Next up in off-page SEO is social signals, and social signals does not really have any direct impact on your website's ranking on search engines like Google, but it can indirectly help you improve the ranking in many different ways. So social signals can be considered as your presence on all other things except or outside of the Google ecosystem. So let's say you have a massive following and interactions on other social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram and all other social media platforms, and also a lot of people are talking about your websites in general. So all these add some trust signals in the user's point of view and also helps you to get a lot of massive real estate on the Google search engine results page, and in turn increase the number of visitors you get to your website. And another one important thing about social signals is that it will help you to gain a lot of backlinks naturally, and it will directly help you to sort of improve your rankings on Google. So even though social signal does not really directly impact the rankings of your website, it can indirectly help you to boost the ranking quite a lot. Next up is technical SEO, and technical SEO is concerned all about making your website easier to find for Google bots or any other search engine bots to crawl them and index them. So your site structure, the architecture, the mobile friendliness, the page speed, all of these are examples of or things that comes under the technical SEO side of things, and all of them are very important. So let's go over them one by one. First up is site speed, and as the name itself suggests, it is a measure as to how much faster your website is. Say for example, someone searches for something on Google and finds your website and clicks on it, and if it takes forever to load your web page, the user will go back to the search engine results page and click on another website. Okay, and now if this thing takes place, this will result in something called as pogo sticking, and Google will demote the ranking of your website. So having a blazing fast website is so critical and crucial, and you must make sure your website loads faster. So you can use caching, maybe reduce the size of the images that you upload to your website. You can remove render blocking elements or defer the loading. There are like certain techniques and things that you can employ to improve the speed of your website. Next up is mobile friendliness. So your website might look great on a desktop or a laptop or even on a tablet, but if it does not really look good or it is unusable on a smartphone, Google will not really rank you well on the search engine results page. And from the last few years, Google has moved to the mobile first indexing approach. So it means that your website should be fully responsive and mobile friendly so that you'll have a greater chance of ranking. Next up is the robots.txt file. So robot.txt file is basically a file that should be accessible at a location something like yourdomain.com/robots.txt. So it is a file that basically tells crawlers and other bots like Google bots what part of your website should be indexed and what part of the website should not be indexed. So a slight misconfiguration in the robot.txt file can tank the website ranking, and it should be handled really carefully. This is an example of a robot.txt file, and as you can see, we are asking bots and crawlers not to access or index or crawl any pages under the WP admin subfolder. So this literally means that any admin pages that starting with WP/admin will not appear on search engine results page. So that will be completely excluded. And if you do not want a particular subdirectory, say /courses section of your website, you do not want that to be indexed in Google, you can add a disallow directive to the robot.txt file, and every time Google bot encounters the robot.txt file, okay, they will understand that the website has a lot of content under the /courses category, and anything in that particular location should not be indexed or crawled, and those pages will not appear in the search engine results page. So the next up is XML Sitemap. An XML Sitemap is nothing but a page that is containing link to all other pages within your website. So it's basically a page that contains links to all these websites, and when the Google bot encounters this XML page, it will make it easy to discover all the pages that are currently available in your website and makes the crawling and indexation process a bit smoother. And as for generating a sitemap.xml file for your WordPress website, there are tons of plugins like Yoast SEO, Rank Math or Simple XML that will help you to instantly create a XML page so that you can help the Google bots to discover your pages better. And next up is local SEO, and local SEO can be considered as the set of SEO techniques that you employ to rank your businesses like offline businesses on Google. So it will help or ensure your local businesses shows up on Google when searched for terms like, let's say you have a restaurant and someone types like restaurants near me, Indian restaurants near me, Indian restaurants in your location, your website website or your business has to show up, right? So local SEO are set of practices that helps to improve the ranking of your local business on the search engine results page and also Google Maps. Another important thing that you must know about is the Google Search Console or GSC. So Google Search Console is basically like a backend where you can track the metrics of your website. So once you have your website live and indexed on Google and you start getting a lot of clicks and visitors from Google, you can start using Google Search Console to see a lot of metrics. So you can easily find metrics like which pages are ranking the higher, what keywords are driving the most traffic, where your page is ranking for a given query, what are the countries from people are visiting your website. You can also see a list of websites that are currently linking to your page, how is the crawlability of your website, and what are the technical problems that Google is facing indexing or crawling your website. All other kind of metrics and details you can find from Google Search Console. So I'll create a dedicated video about Google Search Console in the future, so make sure you subscribe for that one. And yeah, that's that for Google Search Console. Now let's quickly go through some SEO tools to help you in your SEO journey. So the first is Ahrefs and SEMrush. So both of these are like an ultimate SEO toolkit that will help you in things like, finding topics, keyword research, backlink building, content improvement, search ranking monitoring, and much more. Next up is Page Speed Insights by Google, which is a really awesome tool that you can use to improve the speed of your website. So by putting in the URL of your website on Page Speed Insights, you can get a lot of insights like what is blocking, what is taking too much time to render on your page, how can you improve your website speed, and a lot of other details. Next up is Google Trends and Exploding Topic, and as the name itself indicates, these are tools that will help you to discover what are widely being discussed in the current scenario, and you can go ahead and find topics that are currently popular, create content around it, and rank number one on Google since the competition is so low. Next up is Yoast SEO and Rank Math, and both of these are SEO plugins for WordPress that will help you to configure important SEO settings on your website and make things easy for search engines like Google to crawl and index pages on your website. Furthermore, they also give a lot of content improvement tools right within your WordPress dashboard as well. Next up is Google's mobile friendly test tool, where you can enter the URL of your website and see if your website is mobile friendly. If not, what are the things that you should take into account to improve your website, mobile friendliness. So that's also something that you must use. So that's pretty much everything that you need to know about SEO as a beginner, and these are the important topics that you need to learn more about. So I will leave links to a lot of resources in the description below, so go make sure and read all these articles and watch all these videos to have a thorough understanding about what we discussed in this video. I hope you found this video useful. If yes, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I'll see you in the next one.